there's this mantra out there of getting deep in the count. What was your thought on that?
I ain't that good deep in the count. When I put my foot in the batter's box, I want to be swinging. You know why? This is what. If you look at my overall career, I guarantee you I hit better earlier in the count, because early in the count, either they were trying to get ahead or they were trying to throw something close. Later in the count, sliders in the dirt, change-ups in the dirt, up tie. So when I made my little sketch in the dirt, I'm ready to swing, because I'm not going to let that man get 2 strikes on me. Because at 2 strikes, the way I feel is he got a better chance to get me out than I got a better chance to hit earlier in the count. So I'm trying to, especially when I got men in scoring position, I ain't got no time to wait. Well, wait for what? Ain't no wait. Go get him. Especially when I'm facing, them little lefties. I can hit their stuff when it's out of the strike zone. I can hit all that. But the only one, like when I was thinking Langston when he was up in Seattle and things like that, you got to bet.
Yeah, you got to get him. No, I agree. I just think, they're talking about why is hitting down so much and why is strikeouts so high.
You want to really know why hitting's down here?
Let me hear what your thought is.
You know what my thought is. Ain't nobody going in the bathroom.
Less juice.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody going in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody getting, the doctors to give them that, that's it here. I mean, let's be real. Let's don't play with it. Let's don't sugarcoat it. That is what it is. Baseball's got back to baseball. Everybody ain't supposed to hit 50. Everybody ain't supposed to hit 60. Everybody ain't supposed to hit 70. That's abnormal stuff. If you had 11 players in 100 years that hit 50 home runs, that was supposed to be special. That's just the way I feel about it. And then you figure there's more players since I hit 50 to hit 50 than there was in 100 years of baseball. Baseball's got back to baseball. You're going to have a few guys reach that plateau. My boy Howard, I love him. I think he's just a natural born hitter. I like him. But you figure, even with our boys here in New York, with Rodriguez, Sammy Sosa, I don't even know who he was when I seen him on YouTube. Who was that? He was white, man. He was white. Sammy was white. What happened? Was that really Sammy?
It's him.
No, that's not Sammy.
Bleeds the skin, man.
Michael Jackson. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the game has got back to the pureness of baseball. You can't cheat no more. They're going to try to catch you. Guys are, don't want 50 games, don't want 100, don't want a season. They got to go out there and play the game the way it's supposed to be played.
Yeah, and proof to drug testing working, when Manny Ramirez misses 50 games, they're not playing around.
Nope.
You think about it, when
he got 5 home runs too.
When Manny was in, there he does, doesn't he? But when Manny was in LA, it was Manny Wood. It was a cult following. It was incredible. It was like the Strasburg thing I saw the other night.
That kid's for real.
He's for real. He's a real deal.
He's real.
That's a whole nother subject. So yeah, that's different. All right, let's go back to the managers and wrap this up. You guys enjoying this?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's wrap it up. Okay, so Sparky Anderson, for those of you who don't know, managed the Big Red Machine. Johnny Bench, Pete Rose, Griffey, Dreesen, Foster, Bench, Morgan.
Concepcion.
They were the great team in the 70s.
All of them.
Yeah, Pete, all those guys in the 70s. And then he had Tiger teams that won with Gibson and Trammell and Whitaker and those guys and Jack Morris. And then he had Cecil when he hit 50 home runs. And so he's been around baseball a long time. Hall of Famer, Sparky Anderson. So quickly, what did you like about Sparky?
He was just real, man. He was old school. He didn't throw a lot of punches, just told it like it was.
Hey, Cecil, how you doing today?
I loved him, man. That man put me in the lineup every day. I gotta love him. He put me in the lineup every day. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. Matter of fact, he used to come to me and ask me if I wanted a day off. I said, no, I don't want no day off. They got the boy Tony Clark waiting to take my job. No, I don't want no day off. And that's the way we played the game. What, day off for what? Because that's the way the game, the game. And you got a few true soldiers still in the game today, but back in the day, we didn't want no days off, man. Take a day off in the off season.
All right, so let's jump to Bobby Cox, your first manager. Bobby, we all know, is in Atlanta. He's Atlanta Braves manager. This is his last season managing.
In Toronto. Well,
you had him in Toronto.
That was his last season in Toronto.
Oh,
yeah. I had him 1 year, but let me tell you, quick story. And then Bobby, he was a fireball. But Bobby, in Toronto, we used to play in the old exhibition stadium, and they used to have a little wood thing there by the batter, where we used to put our bats in. And when Bobby wanted to get the umpire's attention, he used to kick that board. Bam, bam, he kicked that board. Well, in '85, we had a big series in New York against the Yankees, and Bobby thought, I don't know, he must have thought he was still at home, and he kicked that thing concrete and broke his toe. So he was a game bust. Bobby, one time told Cliff Johnson came in the clubhouse in New York, said, "Oh, Lord, is that you? I can't see. Oh, Lord, I can't see." Bobby told him to get his butt off that training table and he playing. And that's just the way Bobby was. He's straight up. And I like managers like that. Don't sugarcoat it for me. Just put me in there. Let me play. And that's the way he was. And he was the man that gave me my first opportunity in the big leagues. And I hated to see him go because after he left, I got Jimmy Williams. And that's all I got to say about that.
All right, Joe Torre.
Joe just smooth, man. I mean, he knew how to get me in the office, man. He'd get me in there. He used to tell me that, Seth, you know what? You are actually my team leader on here without a leader. So he used to get me in the office, He'd call me in. Everybody, I used to get there about 1 o'clock. Nobody else was in there. He'd call me in. Hey, look in that cigar box and get you a cigar. Now, what I want to tell you is we got a little issue over here, man. What are we going to do about this issue? So I said, what you need me to do, Joe? Man, just check the boys out, make sure everything's okay, because we had so much talent in that Yankee clubhouse. I mean, you got so many egos. Wade Boggs was the biggest ego cat I ever seen in my life. When a dude don't get a hit in the World Series and he the one riding the horse, he got an ego. So, I mean, that's just, and Paulie with his issues, he beating up more coolers than anybody I ever seen in my life. Mariano Duncan with his migraines. I mean, we had issues, man. And I had to kind of go around and kind of patrol them issues to try to get everybody to be ready to play. If it was a Sunday day game, Mariano had a migraine. Oh, my head, sheesh. I did that one time, and this is a soldier. Alan Trammell was a soldier, but I was a young guy. I didn't have any injuries. I was going to play every day, but Alan Trammell at that time was a little older and was having some back issues, and I couldn't understand why he wasn't playing. So I said, come on, Trammell, man, let's go. But as I got older, I understand what he's going through, man, because, the back issues is serious when you get older.
That's serious.
That's serious. Yeah. Especially playing on that rug, going from rug. I mean, but Joe Torre, I got to always give Joe respect because he took a 25-man group of egos and was able to manage those egos.
Yeah.
Because everybody can't manage all them. I mean, we had 25 soldiers. I mean, we didn't have no slouches on that team at all. Everybody had done something in their career.
Yeah.
And for him to be able to manage them guys, to get them boys ready to play every day, even though somebody had to be sitting. I mean, you got Darryl Strawberry, me, sitting. Dwight Gooden ain't even on